sneaking a kiss to the girl he liked but was discovered. How embarrassing would it be? Early in the morning, Jong-hoon came to the company. He discovered on his table appeared a gift bag a few days ago that was stolen by Eun-soo. Inside was a letter. He opened it and found inside there was money and an apology letter. To create more space to be alone with Eun-soo, a thought crossed his mind. Decided to let Eun-soo take this money to invite him to dinner. He asked her if she liked to eat kimbap. She nodded and said yes. So the two of them went to the store. Jong-hoon pretends that he also loves to eat. But next, she was slapped in the face. Because he didn't know how to open it. Eun-soo saw that he wasn't sure how to open it. Her heart suddenly felt a little warm. She knew Jong-hoon couldn't bear to let her spend money. She just said that she invited him to eat rice balls that he had never eaten before. So big, but this is the first man to give her warmth. To cover up my embarrassment, Jong-hoon changed the topic and asked what she usually eats for lunch. Eun-soo told him that she would go eat ramen sometimes. On the day you get paid, you will reward yourself with a meal of beef soup. Jong-hoon looked at Eun-soo heartbroken. Is there something on my mouth? There are hairs on the mouth. If not handled well, it will get in the eye. Today the company organizes a charity event. Go to the orphanage where Eun-soo grew up. Eun-soo stood upstairs watching Jong-hoon play happily with the children. When eating, two people also feed the children. Then casually looked at the other side. Spread the taste of love. Even the two boys next to him felt that the atmosphere was a bit strange. So when playing hide and seek, Eun-soo took Jong-hoon to hide in the basement. The two boys looked at each other and smiled. Directly locked two people in the warehouse. It can't be helped that these two boys are quite understanding. But in the blink of an eye, I forgot about it. The two found the door locked. Jong-hoon urgently called for help, but forgot the phone in the room. The two shouted all day but no one answered. Jong-hoon saw Eun-soo shivering and shivering. He took off his jacket and put it on her. Just being gallant for a few seconds, he was scared to jump up. What is that? Looks like a mouse. Mouse, mouse. The thing I hate most in this world is a mouse. Men and boys are afraid of mice. I am allergic to mice. Are you laughing at me? Right. First time I see someone allergic to mice. On this side, people couldn't find anyone, so they drove back first. Eun-soo looked at the place where she grew up. Can't help but feel the pain. Jong-hoon was next to him pretending to be asleep to eavesdrop. I'm sorry. Because I feel your situation is similar to mine. This gave me a lot of comfort. Am I very evil? Eun-soo said tired and leaned on Jong-hoon's shoulder to fall asleep. Jong-hoon opened his eyes. Look at the poor girl Eun-soo. Can't help but want to kiss her. What are you doing? That thing. She looked like she wasn't breathing. Why, what are you thinking? Not that. At that time, he was going to. What are you going to do? I intend to. Two talkative boys. Seeing Jong-hoon and Eun-soo looking at each other, So gave a helping hand. Directly locked the warehouse to leave the items. When the rich man called for help. Then Eun-soo has not woken up after his warm action. The director couldn't find Eun-soo. Grandma went to ask the children if they had seen Eun-soo Ani. At this point, the two naughty boys remembered that they locked the warehouse. After opening the door, the two boys again started on them. You two are together. Hey, you two come over here for me. After going out, we went out to dinner together. Jong-hoon looked at the necklace on Eun-soo's neck and felt very special. Why is the star on the necklace divided into two halves? Eun-soo explained that this is the necklace my mother gave me when she sent me to the orphanage. Half at my mother's place. Jong-hoon asks her if she knows where her mother is now. After the age of 5, he had to leave his mother. Haven't seen each other yet. Eun-soo thought back to her heartbreaking past and shed tears. She did not know why until now her mother had not come to find her. From a young age, she grew up in an orphanage. The pitiful things in it no one can understand. Seeing that, Jong-hoon could only make fun of her. He is not worried about Eun-soo going home alone. So sat on his favorite bus again. Lent her a shoulder to lean on. Although brought to the bus station. But still not sure. So follow her home. Go through the fruit shop. Uncle. How much is a basket of tangerines? This. 2 million won. Is the best kind. 2 million won. So how much is one fruit? One is not for sale. Unsu was too shy to buy it and went home. Get Unsu home safely. Look at the small room in front of you. He couldn't help but be surprised to say that even now there are still such small rooms. It is true that the rich man does not know the sufferings of the world. Arriving at home, Jong-hoon sat down and chatted with Unsu. He asked her if she enjoyed eating tangerines. Mention your favorite fruit. She seemed to have caught the wave. Speak non-stop. To surprise her. As soon as he got home, he immediately put on his shirt and ran out. Go to the fruit stall earlier. Generously bought all this tangerine. Made the uncle very happy. Truly a good guy. Jong-hoon took 2 large bags of tangerines and walked to Unsu's house. Unsu felt it was so late, but he still came to give me tangerines. Touched to tears. Have you ever met a rich guy as warm as this? For the girl, I like to eat the fruit she likes. In the middle of the night, I ran to buy it and bring it to her. The girl, who was moved by him, burst into tears. The next day, Jong-hoon pulled her hand again. I want her to go on an official date with me. The two have been sweetly together for a year. Today is the same as usual. Manager Yang instructs her to go and arrange things in the warehouse. Jong-hoon couldn't see the scene where Manager Yang was always assigning heavy work to Unsu. He said the box was so heavy, how could his daughter move it? Wait for me to finish and then go to work. Unsu is afraid that Jong-hoon will be punished by Manager Yang. Immediately say you can do it. Manager Yang did not see Jong-hoon's displeasure. Talking arrogantly like this must let the interns go to work. Recruit them to do these things. When Unsu delivered the goods. Be careful not to bump into Se-yeon's brother Dong-yeon. The assistant told him. This person is dating Jong-hoon. Dong-yeon immediately turned to look at this woman. His eyes suddenly sharpened. This type of girl is not worthy to compete for men with her sister. The assistant reports Unsu's situation to Dong-yeon. Dong-yeon told this woman's plight. Then Jong-hoon was just playing with her. But the assistant was afraid that Jong-hoon would be serious this time. Because he had intended to propose to Unsu. Get married. Marry someone like that. Did you research it carefully? As far as I know, it is. Get married. If the president knew, he would faint. This party that manages Young is being punished for printing wrong documents. But she blamed Unsu all the time. Right when Unsu finished arranging and went in. Manager Young dumped her in front of the leader. Are these documents your own printing? Unsu froze for a moment before reacting. Turns out she wanted me to take the blame. She knows if she doesn't admit it, then Manager Young will find a reason for her to resign. She couldn't be without this job. Otherwise, it will not be enough to pay the room fee. So he could only helplessly nod. After the leader left, Manager Young also said mocking words to her. Because she made mistakes every time, she couldn't become a full-time employee. Jong-hoon stood up to speak for his girlfriend. Manager Young, have you said enough? Why does Kang Jong-hoon always mention Lee Unsu and his eyes widen? The two are dating. Manager Young. Public-private division. The more you are like this, the more disadvantaged Lee Unsu is. Lee Unsu. She heard me clearly. This is a disaster you caused. You can fix it yourself. By tomorrow morning, arrange the documents. Jong-hoon angrily asked Unsu. Why do I admit that it's not my fault? Unsu helplessly told him. It's better to admit it's not your fault than to get fired. She pretended to be resilient in front of Jong-hoon. Completely collapsed in a place where there were no people. It's okay, Lee Unsu. It's okay, it's okay.